Well, hello, everybody. This is Christy, and I want to welcome you to this very short training, hopefully short. I'm going to share this information in a small amount of time as possible so you can take notes and go on and take some action. And the goal, my main objection, not objection, I've said that twice. My main objective is to share with you some ideas that not only I have come up with, but ideas that I've learned from other industry leaders who have done a great job of marketing their books, as well as some of our past authors. So you're going to see some examples from them here in the next few minutes, as well as when you share some brilliant ideas when you're marketing your book. I will definitely keep my eyes open, especially if you tag me. I will add that to our library for future use for other authors going forward. So let's see how we can attract clients, gain influence, and sell more books. And this is going to be really helpful for you to know before you buy your books, because this may give you some ideas of different ways that you can get your books out there in the hands of other people. And I don't want you to order not enough books now and then need to order more later. I know I have one author from, 4 or 5 books ago, Valerie Marak, and I don't remember what book she was in, but she did her initial book order and she's come back, I think, and ordered 5 more orders going forward. And she's referred a lot of people to our project, which she's used some of that money to buy more books going forward. So either way, you have the opportunity to buy more books in the future. However, this is going to be the time when the pricing is going to be the most economical. So here we go. First of all, I really want to encourage you, if you have not made our author resource page a bookmark in your browser window, I really encourage you to do that, because just when our project is over does not mean that your benefits are over. You'll always remember you always remain one of our author team, and we're constantly adding other ideas to this page. And especially right now, this is going to be the main source of us communicating with all of you guys and sharing all of the information and resources that we can, because sending everything out in a bunch of emails, to me, I think sometimes makes things super complicated. So we'll send out emails and let you know what's going on at times, but mainly this is going to be your hub of information. So on this page, there's a lot of stuff. I'm going to go through a lot of things here in the next few slides, but the Amazon promotional details are in section 1, but they're not ready yet. So when they're ready, that will be visible. There's a lot of book images in section 9, how-to videos in section 7, and continual updates all of the time. So right now, the most important thing you could do is to connect with the other authors and create connections. And we're going to have 1 or maybe 2 or 3 more joint calls. So the normal Tuesday calls were office hours, or they turned into office hours because the majority of people were not showing up. And at this point, I'm not even keeping office hours because I'm sitting there for an hour with nobody popping in. So I will have a couple very intentional group trainings. If you are in the Epic Women book, if you're not, ignore that. But if you're in the Epic Women book, we will have that information coming out shortly. And so one of the things you can do to connect with the other authors is to share your free gift with them in the group. It's going to be in the book. However, share it with the other people in the group and get them interested. Share your wisdom, get them on your list. People aren't going to sign up if they're not interested in your stuff. And so if you share it and people sign up, that means they are interested in what you have to share. All right, now let's get into the ideas. So before we launch, right now, if you are not utilizing this time to create excitement around your upcoming book, you are missing the opportunity, a huge opportunity, because this whole journey from when you sign the author agreement till the books are in your hand, and even after that, there should be an ongoing pool of ideas and resources and marketing channels for you to get out there in front of your audience. So here's an idea. Somebody said, pinch me. And then have a photo of you signing a document. You can use the author agreement you signed initially, or just have something that looks like that, and take a picture of yourself signing it and say, hey, I just signed a deal with a publisher, details coming soon. Do something to create energy around your upcoming book. Don't just all of a sudden have it out there. Like, let your audience know that you've got a book coming up. Some of our authors have done a really great job of that. Here is one of our past authors, Michaela. She is I think she's an international bodybuilding champion now, but she's got a great story, and she has really taken her book to the limits and used it all over social media, especially Instagram, and she's got a huge following. But when the book came out, this was a really key piece of her getting her people connected with her, because they didn't know her story. All they saw is what you see now, but they did not know what happened for her to get to this. Like, she was extremely overweight. She had a ton of medical issues, and she was able to overcome all of that. And sharing that story and sharing this whole experience with her people really brought them closer to her. Here's another one Lisa did. She put this in a group of another person's group. So she shared this into somebody else's Facebook group, and it allowed her to get a lot of interest from people that she didn't know before, to connect with her and get the interested, share their interest level. And you can see down below, she says, please DM me or comment below if you're interested. Okay, so pre-launch, so pre-selling your book. Here's some images. I know this is something that Lindsay did in our Empowered Women book. Purchase now. Here's a couple images. So do something fun and unique to get people interested. I love like this with, oh gosh, I'm not even thinking of her name right now, but I love what she did to, it's on the tip of my brain. Either way, okay, I'm not going to get hung up on this, but I love what she did, because it's really looks polished, but I almost like this better, because this is really, like real, right? It shows Kristen out there holding this crazy sign, and it's just people like real more than polished, I think, these days. And I should take that cue myself. All right, so there we go. How to collect money. So if you do not have a process to collect money, there are ways to do it, but initially you want to use your merchant account if you have one. If not, you can use PayPal. Now, there is instructions on the author resource page how to use PayPal to collect money from people. It's super simple. I think Stripe has an easy way to do it now too, as well as there is a paper document order form on the author resource page that you can print out and use if you have a way to collect credit cards. If not, use it for when you are send it to somebody if they're going to send you a check, because it's a great way to get their address for you to ship it to them. Of course, if it's in person, you don't necessarily have to use a form or have paper trails, but hey, legally you're supposed to. So, all right. Collecting money. Do not discount your book to the mass public. Do not charge tax unless you have a tax ID number. And that's an important thing. I'm paying tax up front when I get the books. So if you have a tax ID number and you're reselling it, then you can charge tax. But if you are not in that position, then do not charge tax for your book. Be sure to get shipping address, and charge extra for shipping is optional, but we really advise not to. I know there are so many ways for people to get books out there without paying shipping. So if you start adding in shipping charges, unfortunately, that may be a deterrent for somebody, because they don't want to pay $20 for a book plus another, $3 for shipping. It's not like $3 is a lot of money, but sometimes people, because they're not used to paying for shipping for books, they may have that be an objection. And this is the pricing. And we have a physical paperback, we have an ebook, and if you want to create an audio of your specific story, you can do that easily with your phone, and it's not complicated anymore to do that. You can even do it on your phone and send it to somebody on Fiverr to clean it up and make it sound super professional. Either way, you could sell it as a bundle or not. I'm going to have a little slide on that, how to bundle that all up. But bottom line is, you do not want to discount your books to the mass public. And I communicated that to everybody verbally when they signed their author agreement, so there isn't any misunderstandings, because the bottom line is, if somebody is selling the book you're in on Facebook and you have similar audiences and you see that they're discounting it and your audience is saying, hey, that's the same book that you're in, why is this person discounting it? Why did I pay you full price? And so you can discount your book to your private audience when you are in person, to your family and friends, even in a closed Facebook group, or to people on your email list. But to the mass public, you do not want to do that. And honestly, you wouldn't want anybody else to do that to you either. And that's why we've had that be a mutual understanding between all of the authors. So bundling, if you want to create a bundle, I really encourage this. And this would be if you have an audio, or you can just bundle it with your paperback and ebook. Somebody buys the paperback for $19.95, they get the free ebook. I mean, that's a cool thing. So for the same price, they get the paperback and the ebook. However, if you charge $29, they can get all three. So think about creating some sort of a bundle. I know quite a few of our authors have done that in the past, and they thought it was first a brilliant idea, and they were super happy they did, because it did allow them to create more, not only book sales, but more revenue and more profits. Because if your book is costing you $5 or $6 and you're getting $29, I mean, think about that. I mean, your ebook is no additional expense on your end. We are giving that to you for free. Yeah, if you do an audiobook and you pay to have it refined, that's probably going to be about $20 from somebody on Fiverr, but one order is going to pay for that expense. And then beyond that, everything is just profit. So doing a book bundle is, I think, a brilliant way for you to, and people like to consume books in different ways, right? So think about doing that. I know it's worked very successfully for our other authors in the past. All right. We're going to have our Amazon promotion. I'm not going to get into all of the details about that, because that is going to be in a separate training. But I really, really encourage you, when that training comes out, please watch it. Even if you get on the call where I explain everything, please watch the training. Make sure you are not only informed of what we're doing it and how we're doing it and when we're doing it, but you know what? Be a part of the energy around that, because that alone, if you engage during that promotion, that alone is going to get people in your audience super excited about what you are doing in the world and getting them to connect with you and jump on your list. So now, once we launch the book, here are some ideas. I know this book, specifically Unstoppable Woman, came out in the pandemic, and Amy did a great job of doing a virtual Facebook Live party. And she actually did like 3 or 4 of them, because the first one was so successful. So she has where she lives has some sort of like a little upstairs barn. You can see on there, the Blessed Barn at the Fritz Farm. It's pretty cute. I didn't know that's what it was called. But she did a little presentation. Her husband did the recording. They went on Facebook Live. They did a party, and she had a ton of people see that. Facebook Lives are so great for you to get engagement. So you don't have to be in a barn, but I really encourage you to do a couple of Facebook Lives or a specific Facebook party. Even if people don't show up to the live, they don't necessarily all know that no one's showing up, but you're doing it, and it's creating a huge experience out there in the world that everybody's going to see, because Facebook Lives get a ton of visibility. Do an announcement post, right? Hey, my dream has become true. I'm officially an author. I've got my own book, blah, blah, blah. Book signings. If you can do book signings in as many places as possible, that will be huge for you. And I know Amy did this, I think, at a bookstore, coffee shops, bookstores. I know some of the women even recently have been doing book signings in Barnes and Nobles. Now, at one point, they didn't allow that. Barnes and Nobles was really picky. And I'm not saying that they're not picky anymore, right? We're not worthy. That's not what I'm saying. But they didn't let local authors in. That wasn't a part of their business model. However, because the book industry is changing, and I think Barnes and Noble is really doing everything they can to stay relevant, I think they realize that being more conducive to local authors is going to be a key piece of that. So get in touch with your local Barnes and Noble. Ask them to do a book signing. Sometimes they promote it, sometimes they don't, but it's a great way for you to get out there. And even if you go to the Barnes and Noble, you do your signing and only 3 or 4 people show up, or the people that are shopping that day, they're going to check you out. Like, you never know who's going to walk by your booth, but get pictures taken, because even if you don't have huge foot traffic that day, that is okay. Take pictures. Talk about how you did a book signing at Barnes and Noble. Take a picture of you outside the front door. Take a picture of you signing it, signing books have somebody stand there. Like, do whatever you can to make this a big deal, because it is a big deal. So book signings, I encourage that anywhere and everywhere you can. If you could do 10 book signings, you have no idea. We have a group of authors, 3 women, 1 from each book, which is why collaboration is so key in this. So 3 women from 3 of our Overcoming Mediocrity books, they did a book tour. Now, their book tour included more than book signings. Each of them had a talk that was relevant to serving women, but they utilized this effort in a way that was incredible to help them get clients. Okay, so now your book is launched. What do you do to get exposure? Honestly, this is a picture that I took where I went to Barnes and Noble. I put my book next to Jack Canfield's Chicken Soup for the Soul book. And I took a picture saying, hey, here, like, you can see what I said. I remember the day I read my favorite book by Jack Canfield, and I made a decision to have a book myself. And guess what? I'm doing it. It's been a crazy journey, but I'm hoping to debut it, blah, blah, blah. Or I just debuted it, or here it is. Whatever you need to do. Actually, this is post. So I would say it's been crazy, but it finally happened. Looky here, something like that. Like, do something to make it seem super cool. Moira did this. And then sailings. How can you do things to sell your book? So now this is more advanced, but if you have a sales page that you have put together on your website, this is a great way. Now, this particular person did a free book with paid shipping because they had a huge event that they were promoting. But doing something with your book to either upsell it into something else, or if you have a program, upsell your book, like, it's not really an upsell, but it's a cross sell. So people buy your program, add in a bonus of, here, get the book, or like, do something like that where you're starting to bundle this book with other offers that you have. And then, of course, don't forget the thank you page or the success page. Now, this is a very old, very, very old screenshot of one of my thank you pages, but this was a part of my process. So if anytime anybody ordered something from me or filled out a form or did anything that got them on my list, this was their thank you page. And you can see the first button was check out my blog. Second button is check out my book. And it took them right to Amazon. So now you're not going to want to direct people to Amazon. You're going to want to direct people to where you sell your book, but utilize your thank you page, get your book out there, do whatever you can to use your book. Even if people don't buy, it's a huge credibility piece. They're going to see you've got a book. They're going to see you're an author. So get that book out there in as many places as possible. All right, PR. So we have created press releases for you to utilize. So we have a prepared press release, we have a media pitch, and we have a national press release. Now we will do a national press release of the whole book when it comes out, just to get SEO for it. However, that is not going to be seen by your local audience, or really your audience at all, because you're not necessarily connected with the channels that we're sending these press releases to. So you're going to want to get press in your specific area. And so take the prepared ones that we did and the media pitch and get that out there to your local press. And if you want to do some national press releases, you can do that as well. And all of those resources are in section 8 of the author resource page. Speaking and podcasts, there are guides on the author resource page in the same section where you can get booked on other podcasts and get speaking opportunities. So there's three resources for you to connect with people that are your ideal audience. And of course, if you are a business owner, I really encourage you to sign up to be on the Mastery Unleashed podcast, because what we want to do is we want to get those episodes out sequentially after our three episode run. So if you're not a business owner, I don't want to encourage you to sign up. Your story is important. However, our audience is not coming to our podcast just to hear stories. They're coming to learn business tips, business strategies. So if you have a story that includes powerful strategies, absolutely sign up. If you don't have a lead magnet or a free gift, all of our guests do give a free gift. So we'll have to talk about making sure that happens for you to be a good fit for our podcast. Reach out to me if you're not sure. Okay. Oh, why is it not advancing? Okay. Oh, let's see. PR marketing. Okay, here we go. So now we want you to share your great news with the whole world. And here's a bunch of ideas. First, we created a Zoom background. Use it every time you're in Zoom. People will ask, what is that? You can also take that image and slap on the picture of your free gift, slap on your QR code, anything you want to customize that background for you and your business and have some sort of action on there. I have a QR code on mine, but depending on what meetings I'm in, I pull the right Zoom background. But I want to have actionable items that are relevant to the audience I'm in. Update your email signature. Oh my gosh, like have your regular signature and say, hey, did you know I just became an Amazon bestselling author? Grab my book here, something like that. Like have your book, Epic Women book release. Check it out, buy your book, something like that. Do something to update your email signature so people know you are an author every time they get an email from you. And when you send out emails, or if you have an email list, we have artwork for you to create in Canva your own custom header. Now, this is an example of one we did for Sherry, but we have the template. All you have to do is copy the template, make the changes to that based on, just basically all you have to do is add your name and your photo on there, save it, and now use that when you send out your emails. There's a huge image library for people on the front cover and the back cover. And there's more ideas. So let's see, download the book and leave a review. This is super important, right? This is not about exposure, but it is about exposure, because you, during the promotion, should be taking a part of that promotion and downloading the book, right? So now you are a verified purchaser. Then what you want to do is go to Amazon and leave a review. You also want to ask your people to, when you're posting about the promotion, also go back and say, hey, please leave a review as well. But the more reviews we get, the more that book becomes credible when people find it. Order your Amazon labels on the author resource page. There's a link if you want to order Amazon labels. You do not have to, but we had a bunch created in case anybody wants them. Create your Amazon author page. It's super simple. There is a training in the author resource page of how to do that. Now, it has changed since I did the training. And I can't do another training and set it up and show you because mine's already created. But you'll get the basics and you'll get the location of where to set it up. From what I've heard from the other authors, it's a lot more easier now. However, some of the features that they had in there before are not available. Like you cannot put videos in there. There's some basics that you can't do, but there's a lot of things you can do. And please note, when you set up your author page, you have to claim your book, and it does take probably a week for that book to come into your Amazon author page. Because what has to happen is they have to reach out to us and verify that you have been approved to be able to claim that book. Now we will add everybody's names to the Kindle book. We have the opportunity to add unlimited, I think there's like, 50 names. So we're good there. We can add everybody's name to the Kindle book. However, with the paperback book, we can only add 8 names, 8 or 9, I think it's actually 10. And so regardless if you're a gold or platinum author, it is irrelevant that your name is not on the front cover because your name is still going to be on the book as a whole. I guess what I'm saying either way is whatever you do, whether you're gold or platinum, once you set up your Amazon author page, you have to claim the book, and it does take about 7 to 10 days for the request to come to us, for us to approve it, and then for them to connect the book to your account. So don't expect that it's going to happen immediately. If a week, 10 days go by and it still isn't on your page, reach out to me and we'll research it. But it is a process that takes a little bit of time. And then post your book on Facebook and LinkedIn. That doesn't mean just post it, but you go to LinkedIn and you go to Facebook and you go to, I think, life events, and you actually add your book as one of your life events. It's different on LinkedIn. You add it as a publication, but you want to go in and update your profile so that way it shows your book connected to your profile. Just like LinkedIn, like your jobs, right? You do the same thing with a book. This is a huge deal, and you want to make sure that that gets connected. So when people find you, they're going to see that achievement or accomplishment. A couple more. Like I said earlier, you can sell your books online using PayPal. Add your books to our bookstore. So there is a on the author resource page, it will tell you what to do, how to add it to our bookstore, but you just send the information to us. We will manually connect it for you, so that way you've got that cross-linking from your site to our site. And then you can also take the book, the PDF that we give you, the ebook that we give you, you can edit it, make a copy and edit it, and remove everybody else's stories and use just your story and create a free gift or a lead magnet with just your story. Now, you're not going to want to do this right away, but I would say 6 months down the road, once you feel that you've gotten a lot of sales from your audience and you feel that it's kind of died down, go back and hit it again with just your story and use it as a lead magnet. Use it as a way for people to opt in and get on your list. I've seen a lot of people do that, and it was almost more successful because some people bought the books or got the Kindle version, right? But they didn't necessarily get on your email list. And then if you wait about 6 months and go at it again, then now that's a way to attract more attention. You can maybe have your lead magnet with your free gift, add that as a bundle. You could just do creative things to leverage this great information, great resource as a way to continue to grow your business going forward. And then finally, if you are somebody that realized your mess became your mission and you want to monetize it, I invite you to have a conversation with me about Epic Mastery. It is a program. I've got 2 different levels. I've got a 12-week program and a 12-month program. Each of them are designed to help you build, sell, and scale a business by sharing your wisdom. And I have a proven process that will help you launch a beta program, upsell that into, or I shouldn't say that, level that to a high ticket program, now you've got your 12-month high ticket program, or maybe it's a 6-month high ticket program. You also then, with that same content, create a baby program, a get started program that is your downsell. Now, this may be a little complicated, but the bottom line is it's just as easy to sell a high ticket program as it is a $97 course. And so many entrepreneurs get stuck creating these low ticket, like $100 courses, thinking that that's where they have to start. However, it's not the best way to start, because people may buy your $97 course because it's cheap, but they may not consume it because they have not invested, and they're not going to get the best results because they're not invested in taking it, and you're not able to give as much information as you can to create amazing transformations with a $97 program. So if you create a high ticket program, even if you launch it as a beta for $1,000, right? Get people in that $1,000 program that is going to give them amazing results. They're your case studies. They're your success stories. So we can up level your program to a bigger high ticket program. And that's your goal, right? Is to get as many people in this high ticket program, because that's when you're going to create amazing transformations for people. But not everybody's ready to spend 5-10 grand with you, right? They're not in that right place. So you can sell them your baby program that's going to get them started. So that way, when they're done, they're going to say, oh, this is great. I got a great start. Now I want more. And then they're a perfect candidate to be up leveled into your high ticket. And because now this is a process that we're building in a whole year, in Epic Mastery, we will also be creating a membership process for you to have reoccurring revenue and your prospect conversion machine. So everything with your lead magnet, from cold to sold, your lead magnet, your sales conversation, your indoctrination event, how to close a sale, how to do everything to build your business, scale it with joint venture partners, scale it with a great referral program, scale it with outsourcing, like bringing team members on, and bringing in partners that are going to help perform certain pieces of your program, bringing in their experience. Either way, it is an amazing program. And the best part is it's a pay per results program. So you do pay something to get in the program. However, no further payments are ever due to me unless I help you meet your revenue milestones. And the first revenue milestone is $25,000. So my goal is to get you to $25,000 fast. So you've got cash rolling in, you've got amazing success stories, and we continue to build to 50, then 100 and beyond. And so if you're interested in Epic Mastery, I encourage you to reach out to me soon. We do have certain cohorts. I only bring in 2 right now. I only have openings for 2 people in my Epic Mastery program. I have quite a few openings in my baby program. That's not a guaranteed result program. Only my luxury program is. And these are a couple success stories. You guys may know Tracy. She's in this book. We launched her first beta program in just a few months, and we did it without any complicated strategies. And she brought in over $7,000 in sales just from her beta program. And her program is awesome. It's Get Your Sexy Back. I'm super proud of her. She's done a great job of putting together an amazing program, and she's already getting, incredible results from her clients. I saw her chart with the results her clients are getting, and it's pretty cool. She's like tracking group results, and it is just really mind-blowing in just a few months what she's been able to do with her clients in the process. And then finally, we have Mary Lou. We launched her beta program in just a few months as well, without any complicated strategies. I have an organic way to fill that first beta program, and she brought in over $3,000 in sales. So if you're interested, please reach out to me. I would love to talk to you about making that happen. In the meantime, take all of these ideas, whatever notes you wrote down, and I really encourage you to take action on this, because it is a great opportunity for you to get people's eyeballs on you, your story, your expertise, your wisdom, and really, start building online relationships, offline relationships, where you're serving people with your story and giving them the opportunity to serve them further with whatever wisdom you've learned along the way. So I'm hoping you found this to be helpful, and I will see you on the next call.